Hi and welcome to the Spiritual Gateway YouTube channel. In this pick a card reading, we are going to be looking at what is your spiritual superpower. I have put crystals here for you to help you pick your pile. I have the brown crystal, the white crystal and the black crystal. I've also provided the timestamps in the description for you. So if you'd like to pick your pile, and I will see you in your reading. Pile 1, so if you chose the brown crystal, this is your reading. So straight away for your pile, what I'm sensing here is that there's two things that are actually sticking out to me in regards to your spiritual superpower. The first thing is your ability to manifest. Now, I do feel that you're the pile that would do very well at looking into things like law of attraction, because I feel that you have a very, very grounded and good connection to the earth, and you're able to use that to bring what you want into your reality. However, I do feel that you need to be careful at times, because in the same way that you have an amazing ability to bring in the brilliant things, the things that you want, you could also, if not very well practiced in this art, bring in the things that you don't want. And so before actually properly learning about manifestation and how it works, you may find that although you tend to be able to attract the things that are desirable to you, you also have a tendency to attract the things that are less desirable to you. And so I would say that for you, studying manifestation and looking into that more deeply to practice it in the way that is best for you would be beneficial, just so that you can make sure that you're not actually manifesting the things that are not so good as well, because your manifesting ability is really, really strong here. The other thing that I'm picking up for you is that I feel that you'd be a brilliant healer. So if you're not already a healer, then maybe look into that, because your healing ability is really shining through here. And I feel that it's healing in a way that because you are very grounded and because you are able to sit so fully within your physical vessel, you're able to use your own vessel to then pick up on what's happening within other people. I would say that this pile 1 does contain all the empaths. You are very empathic, and I think it extends from not only emotionally empathic, but also to the ability to even feel the physical pain in another person's body. The downfall to that could be that at times, if you're not very well learnt in this area yet, that you could take on the emotion or the physical pain of another person, feel it in your own body and claim it as your own. I do feel for you that working with your body, working in the healing area and starting to understand when something is yours and when something it belongs to another person, whether that is an emotion such as anger, or whether it is a physical pain such as a bad back. I do feel that looking into that more deeply and learning that and understanding that would really benefit you. The other thing that I'm picking up, which also would come under healing, is that for you, I do feel that with the Star card here, there is also the ability to see clairvoyantly into another person's body. And when I'm not saying that the normal kind of clairvoyance where you may get the psychic impressions that come up, I'm not saying that doesn't happen for you, but it's not coming up as the strongest superpower that belongs to you. What I mean more is in regards to healing, so what you would call a medical medium. So you would be able to, in whatever way you did it, see into another person's body, almost like X-ray vision, and see what's happening within their vessel and what needs to be healed. I do feel that manifestation and healing can be married, and for you, because both have come up in your pile, not for maybe other people, but for this pile, for you, marrying the two, manifestation with healing, could be something that you could look into. How you would do that, I don't know. We can try and read some cards on that, but I feel that merging the two somehow could be something that you could then offer other people, and it could be very beneficial for others, but also for you in regards to maybe a business or even as just a hobby. I'm going to pull some more cards. I do feel that the people in this pile, you may have questioned in the past, why is it that the goals that you set yourself, you seem to achieve so easily? And the reason for that, it is because of your ability to manifest. That's not to say that you don't put the hard work and the dedication in, because obviously you do, because on the earth plane we do need to take action. That is still really important. We can't just think something up and it lands in our lap. However, because you seem to be able to manifest so easily, that is the reason that you've been able to reach your goals, and that things have came easier for you in regards to getting to the finish line and being able to create the success that you've wanted. I do also feel that you've had this ability to manifest for a very long time, and that you would have noticed this in early childhood. You may have even noticed in early childhood that you were doing it, that you were actually deciding on something that you wanted to bring into your reality, and you found a way that you was able to bring that in quite easily for you. So I do feel this has always been with you, and that you had noticed this when you were quite young, and it was something that you did, whereas maybe your siblings or your friends didn't do quite so easily. And there may have been a lack of understanding there as to why is it that I'm able to bring into my reality the things that I want, yet other people find that so difficult. When it comes to the healing ability and being able to see what's going on with other people, I do feel that this is something that you would do quite quickly, especially when looking into the physical vessel of another person. So when you're using the medical medium side of your healing ability, I'm almost getting a feeling that I need to tell you that you have to go with the first thing that you see, because it's almost like if you don't, then your ego will change what it's seeing, and then that will be wrong. So there is from your guides here, there is a message that they want to give, that they want to remind you to always go with what you see first. What you get first is correct. Don't try and analyze it, don't try and second guess it. It's always going to be the first thing that you see that presents itself to you. I also feel that it could be something that comes on very quickly, and until you're quite practiced in it and you understand it, it might be a little bit uncomfortable for you, because it might be that you meet somebody and then straight away, before you even say hello or know their name, you're seeing what's going on within the body. But I do feel that that's something that you can learn to turn on and off. so that you can use it more accordingly, so it's not actually getting in the way of your everyday life. Because you don't necessarily want to be meeting people and then the first thing you're saying to them is, you need to get this checked, you need to get that checked. And I don't suggest ever doing that anyway, unless somebody asks, because sometimes people don't want to know. And for you, I feel that it may even be a little bit well, yeah, uncomfortable, or I'm not sure what to do with this because I've been given this and it's come on, and I'm seeing inside, I know what's going on with this person, or even the feelings that they have, and I'm not sure why I've been given this. So I would suggest that you practice this, and you speak with your guides, and that you learn how to kind of manage it in a way so that it's better for you, and then you can go on to help other people who want that help with it. I also feel, going back to the manifestation, and I know this reading is quite swappy, but the reason for that is because you have, you know, this pile has come up with 2 superpowers. But I do feel that there's going to be a huge amount of success in you using your gifts in a way to help other people. And I do feel that if it's something that you're open to and that you would like, that you could actually create a really successful business around this, and that people would come to you to help them to manifest what they need or want in their life. And you could teach it, or you could just help them to be able to manifest some things in. I also feel that you are going to get better at understanding how to make sure that you are only manifesting in what it is that you do desire when you look further into this, so that you don't, if for some of you who are still manifesting in the things that they don't necessarily want, so that kind of puts a stop to that. But also within manifesting in the things that you haven't wanted, I do feel that there is a kind of blessing in that, because for some reason I feel that is part of the learning for you, and that's how you recognize that you have been manifesting so accurately. But it also has helped you with your empathic ability, and knowing also how other people who maybe aren't so good within manifestation, how it is for them, and how you can help them and help them to come out of lack mentality into a more abundant mentality. I also feel that you're able to see, because of your empathic ability, you're able to see the raw truth within another person and their intentions, and for this reason you sort of have like a bit of a lie detector going on, where you can tell maybe when another person is lying to them, or especially when another person is lying to you, but it can help other people, because it can help you, it can help them to know when they're being lied to. But I want to say more specifically when a person is lying to themselves. So if a person comes to you for healing and they may say, well, I need to heal this or this, you're able to look within and you're able to see what really needs healing, so you can get to the root cause of why they may feel a certain way, or even why a physical illness is presenting itself. So almost like a person may come to you and they may, this is an example, they may struggle with headaches, but then you're able to look within them and use your empathic ability and your clairsentience to know what the emotion behind that headache is, and to know what's really going on within their body, to be able to remove that. And I feel that this is something that at some points could be a little bit difficult, because it may even involve hurting a person's feelings, but not in a bad way, not because you just want to hurt somebody's feelings, more because we need to know the truth. And although some people aren't always willing to know the truth is the only thing that will set them free and that will help them. And I feel that your ability to pick up on that could be extremely helpful. I do also see that maybe in the future working with another person could be something that attracts you, that you're attracted to, and another person may come in for you to work with you, and together whatever it is that you do could be extremely successful. Because I feel as well that with your energy being so grounded, you're able to, how do I word this? I know what I want to say in my head. You're able to connect with other people very well, but you're also able to merge different skills with kind of opposite skills, other skills, to make a really good whole. And I feel you working with another person in the future is something that may become quite attractive to you and that may happen for you. So to end your reading, I would just like to say that I do definitely see another person coming in for you, and I feel that this person is somebody that you could have a really good business connection with, and I actually see you manifesting them, deliberately manifesting them, because you realise that within what you do, that there's a part missing, and you manifest another person to come in to complete what it is that you want to do. I do feel that you possibly will end up working in the healing area and also offering manifestation as a service to help others, and possibly even teaching both of these things. And I do feel that this other person is going to be extremely good at helping you with that. So they'll have qualities that maybe you slightly lack, but because your manifesting ability is so good, and also because your judging of character is so good, you will be able to bring in the exact right person to what you need to make sure that everything that you want to do is, all the skills are there for that between the two of you. So I hope you enjoyed that pile 1. Hi pile 2, so if you chose the white crystal, this is your reading. So the first thing that I'm seeing for you is that you are a cycle breaker. That you have been born possibly into a bloodline where there is some kind of ancestral trauma that's been taking place, and it's a repeated pattern that's been going on through the generations, and you've come in to break that pattern, you've come in to break that cycle. But you can also extend this to help other people to do that too. I feel that soul contracts could be a big part of your spiritual power as well, and that you are able to see what soul contract a person may have made. And it may be that at times a person has a soul contract that they have a big desire to fulfill, and that's great, and you can help them see what that contract is and how they can fulfill that. But it could also be that it's a soul contract that was made possibly in a way that doesn't serve them. So it could have been made in a past life, maybe through a ritual or some kind of binding ceremony that they had with another person that isn't fulfilling them or isn't serving them in this life, and that you're able to see that and you're able to help them break that contract. I also feel that numerology and astrology could be important to you because you're good at seeing patterns and you're able to analyze, which isn't really a word that we use very often spiritually, but it's the word I'm getting. You're able to use your ability to analyze the patterns and the different astrological or numerical significances within a person's life to help them also reach success, reach their goals, find their life purpose, or help them to rid them of the things that are not serving them and that are a detriment to them. I do feel that your superpower lies within helping other people find what their life purpose could be, but also find out what their karmic ties might be and what's holding them back karmically, and what kind of karma they're here to play out or to break in this lifetime. So past life work could also be a big part of your superpowers. I do feel that this pile is the pile that could possibly do well looking into Akashic Records, as that may be how you find the information regarding the soul contracts or the life purpose, as well as the numerology or astrology. But it doesn't have to be that. I mean, it could be that you use your clairvoyant abilities and you can see it that way. I do feel that in this lifetime, one of your biggest superpowers is going to be the act of setting people free, is the act of being able to, firstly, it starts with you, so setting yourself free, understanding where you've been held back, where your limits are, any kind of ancestral trauma that's been playing out that you want to break, and then you can extend that on if you so wish to other people. I'm just going to pull some more cards. And this obviously can offer, this can obviously give healing to people when this is happening, when you're doing this for them, when you're able to see what's happening in their life and what their soul, destiny, purpose and their karmic ties are. You're able to then help them to heal and to move on. Hypnotherapy could also be an area of interest to you, because I do feel that inner child work is also important and something that you'd be able to help people with. I feel that you are able to help people understand their inner child, what their inner child desires and needs are, or any unmet needs of their inner child, and therefore that will help the person going forward too. I also feel like you have an ability to be able to see possibly the limitations that may have been put on them in childhood by their own parents, and you can help break those limitations down, as well as any kind of programming that's been happening throughout a person's life. You're able to help release a person from the programming that we all go through, especially growing up, that can then sort of set us up for who we are in our adult years and what our life is going to be like. So if a person is struggling to meet their needs as an adult, or to be able to reach their goals, or if they have ambitions around things and yet they can't seem to be able to bring that into their reality, you can help people with that by removing the programs that have been attached to them, or that they've got going on running in their current reality. I do feel for you in this pile that for a lot of you, you may have had quite a difficult childhood yourself, or at least a difficult period of time in your life where you had to experience certain things in order to put you in a place where you are today, so that you can understand another person who might be going through something similar. The sort of trauma that you would have had would be different for each and every one of you, but the bottom line is that you would have probably experienced some kind of trauma. And I feel that in this trauma is where you were able to break out of yourself and awaken to become the true you. So I also feel that helping people, starting with yourself obviously, but helping people with shadow work and looking at the darker side of their life or themselves is something that you are also very good at and are able to do and offer others. I also feel too that you have done a lot of work on yourself emotionally, and that has stemmed from possibly having trauma in your earlier years. So you've had to do a lot of self-healing, but in doing that self-healing you have navigated and explored into lots of different areas, such as things like shadow work, which we mentioned earlier, ancestral trauma, inner child work, and these things have helped you build your own emotional intelligence, and you yourself are able then to pass that knowledge and that wisdom onto other people to help them. When it comes to the clairs and which clair you are more sort of drawn to and what seems to be the best one for you, in this pile it does feel a little bit mixed, and I think that's because in the work that you could do and where your superpower lies, more than one clair would be appropriate. And so you could be somebody that actually does strongly have the clairsentience, clairaudience and clairvoyance turned on, or it could just be that for different people who are watching this reading, that for each of you it is a different one, but all of the clairs are showing here, and they're all showing that they can all be switched on within you if you don't feel they are already now, to help you with this in the future. Another reason I mention that as well is because I feel that for you, Pile 1, one of your superpowers also is your connection to your guides, but mainly your ancestral guides. So we have many different guides, but with you, I feel you're extremely connected to your ancestors, and you can work really well with your ancestors to do your own healing and then help heal others. So this ability to be able to connect with your own ancestors on a spiritual level is also extended to you being able to connect with the ancestors of people who you may try and help. I feel that ancestral work is really important in this pile, and that it's going to be a big part of what you do. And I feel that your ability to be able to connect with the ancestral realm and with the ancestors of other people is another thing that's going to really propel you forward doing this. I'm also getting sound coming through for you as a way for you to connect more easy. I feel that using sound, whether that's binaural beats, whether it's shamanic drumming, whether it's singing bowls, I feel that sound for you is a big part of how you are able to connect, and especially to your ancestors, and be able to bring in the advice and guidance from them. And so also sound could be really important for you in regards to helping other people in the future. The other thing that's coming through for you, which kind of, it all falls under the same kind of heading really, is that you have an ability to be able to see who a person has soul connections with. So whether that is like a romantic soulmate connection, or whether it is more about a person's soul family, you can connect a person or yourself to the people within their soul group. And I feel that this is it can also be part of all of this. So when looking at a person's soul contracts, when looking at their karma or their life purpose, the people within a person's soul family are going to always be very important. And this can be extended back to their ancestors, because obviously some of the people within your soul family are not going to be here and alive today. They are going to be ancestors, or not necessarily even ancestors, but people who have passed over. And I feel that you are able to help yourself and other people connect with their soul group and who their soul family is. So I feel a lot of your superpower does reside in the Akashic records, and how you get that information will be personal to you. So I do feel that a lot of your clairs are open, and that it may just be a case of picking which one you feel more comfortable with. But I do feel that Akashic records readings, hypnotherapy, delving into that area, and possibly even using astrology or numerology are going to be things that are going to benefit you with coming up with the answers that you're looking for. So you're somebody that can, your superpower is being able to pass on a lot of wisdom. It's being able to psychically interpret and find out the information, firstly about yourself, but then another person, if you so wish to extend this to others, in order to help them understand themselves, their life, what's happening, their past lives, or even their future lives more clearly, so that they can live more successfully and be able to break these contracts or fulfill them, or rid themselves of any karmic ties that might be holding them back in this life. And also not forgetting the programming that we all have, that we all go through, because I feel that at the moment, especially these days, we are so heavily programmed with things on the TV, just everything within our world that is influencing us that we don't even realise is. And you have an ability to be able to help wipe that away and to rid a person of that, so that they can move on more successfully. So I hope you enjoyed that part 2. That was your reading. Hi part 3. So if you chose the black crystal, this is your reading. So the first thing that I'm picking up for you, part 3, is your ability to see, so clairvoyance. This is the pile that would be able to make predictions, be able to give people readings. You may be extremely good at tarot readings. You may be that you just use your clairvoyance, you don't even use tarot. You may be good at using like scrying, using a crystal ball. I feel that you're the pile that gets the third eye visions. You are able to, you've got a very good imagination, and you're able to visualize very well. So a couple of things that are coming up, as well as the ability to predict the future, are, I also feel that you could be very good at psychic art, so drawing what you see. You don't necessarily have to be artistic, but as long as you're able to put onto the paper what you are visualizing, I feel that even doodling, you're good at being able to interpret what you're drawing on the paper. I also feel that your claircognizance, and I always say that word wrong, which is clear knowing, is also extremely turned on. So there's going to be times when you just know things, and you don't know how you know things, you just know things. And this Claire can be quite a hard one to trust, because we can often think, well, are we making it up? But the more you practice it, the more comfortable you'll feel with it, and the better your ability will become to actually trust it. You're the pile that will know things are going to happen, or see things are going to happen before they even do. So that is your superpower. I'm going to pull some more cards. I do feel that there has been some hesitancy within your spiritual superpower in the past, because I feel that maybe some of the things that you've seen haven't exactly felt comfortable to you, and it may have even frightened you. But I feel that with time, and as you use the ability more and practice it, you will feel more comfortable with it and be able to kind of turn it on and off as well in a way, so that it's not always there and you can use it when you need to. But I feel that because of this ability, you're able to see through people and why they may do things that they do, and therefore you're also very good at reading people's body language, and you're good at understanding, like reading between the lines and knowing actually what a person is saying rather than what they're really saying, rather than what they're actually saying, and understanding that. I also feel that you are able to meditate very easily, and that your ability to meditate could actually give you a lot of psychic insights, and that you can use meditation a lot more to your advantage than possibly other people. Just because you can quite easily, and I don't mean meditation in the way of closing your eyes and not thinking, stopping your thoughts. I feel your meditation route is a lot more imaginative, so kind of going on journeys to find answers, to meet your guides, that kind of thing. I also feel that you have a very good ability to see spirit, and for that reason you could, if you wanted to, if you aren't already, you could communicate with spirit and ask spirit to give you visuals for you to interpret. So you would make an extremely good medium. I do feel though that for some of you, that when you were younger you may have seen spirit very naturally, and that you may have even turned this ability off because it could have scared you, or even if you haven't turned it off, it could still be something that frightens you a bit now. But spirit are actually asking me to explain to you that this is your gift or your superpower, and that you don't need to be scared, and that you can use this to your advantage. I also feel that you're the pile that are able to predict pregnancies, or to just know when another person is pregnant, even if it's very early on and they haven't explained yet that they are pregnant. And even sometimes before the person themselves knows they're pregnant, you do have a tendency to be able to pick up when another person is pregnant. And I also feel that you're able to predict then what the sex of the baby will be, for people that might want to know that. And I feel that throughout your life you've probably been accurate with that information quite a few times. But then on the other hand, I'm also getting that for some of you, which will sit a little bit more uncomfortable, you could also have an ability to know when a person is going to die. And I know that can be quite frightening and feel very just not nice to maybe be able to predict that. But I do feel that there's a reason for that, and maybe when or if you was to explore this reason, it might be that you are able, and this isn't going to be for everybody because it is a general reading, and some of the people watching this reading are going to be more drawn to, they're able to pick up a pregnancy, they can tell when somebody's going to have a baby and what the baby's sex will be. But everything is dualistic. We do have polarity, and for some of you it is going to be, on the other hand, it's going to be death. You're going to know when someone's going to die. But I am feeling that I need to express that Spirit is saying to me that there's a lot of people watching this pile who would work very well in end of life care. So whether that's working in a hospice or as like a death doula, there are people watching this pile that sit comfortably with death, and that can embrace dying quite easily, and could be extremely helpful and very healing to somebody that is in the last moments of their life, and helping them to cross over. I also feel that with this pile, that you extending from your ability to talk to spirit and communicate with spirit or see spirit, working in a mediumship way. You're also the people that are really into the ghost programs on the TV, like the Ghost Adventures, and possibly people that want to go, like, enjoy going on ghost hunts, that kind of thing, really exploring the afterlife in that way. And for a lot of you, you are going to be very drawn to maybe even organising your own ghost hunts, even if they're not professional and it's just something that you do for yourself as a hobby, but actually, you know, investigating ghosts and spiritual self, and even like home cleansing and helping spirits pass on and to pass over. Maybe spirits that have been a bit stuck or a bit scared to carry on, to move on. I feel you've got an amazing ability to be able to help spirits to feel safe with passing over and helping them to cross. But I also feel this works with your connection to the guides, to a person's, not only a person's loved ones and the people within their family who may have passed and they may have lost, but when working as a medium, you're able to connect with a person's spirit guides, and you can describe the spirit guides to a person and tell them who they are, what they look like, what they're helping the person with, and just helping somebody really to be able to build up a better and a deeper connection with their own guides. And then lastly, because of your strong clairvoyant ability, I do feel that you can also see the not so good side. So yes, you can see a person's guides and you can explain who their guides are and how they're helping them. But I also feel you have an ability to be able to see if a person has any kind of entity attachments, or anybody hanging around them, or maybe hanging in their home that is not so good and that isn't exactly causing them the best to come into their lives, and that could be causing them problems. And you can see that, and so because you can see entities or lower level spirits that are hanging around, you can also help to remove them. So I hope you enjoyed that part 3. That was your reading.